for a woman if her partner is using or selling drugs. Again, she might be afraid of looking for support as her level of fear has increased. He may also be known to the guards or involved with gangs. And we had a case where a woman was trying to move on, and her husband got his friends who were two violent drug users to beat up his own son to get back at her. So number 3 is the additional issues for a woman if her partner is a dealer. And there's a huge level of control in this situation. And we also know women ending up in prostitution. The second issue is around new communities women. And not to repeat what Salome has already said, but just some of our experiences, which can be multiple barriers for women accessing supports, especially women who have been isolated and not allowed to learn English, or speak very little English. And we know in our experiences some of these women aren't even allowed to attend schools. There's huge grooming of services that go on here. We also know that women are too frightened to speak with interpreters. We also know culture is used to justify the abuse, with some men thinking they have an entitlement to control and beat women. And again, as Salome said, some women are dependent on their husband's legal status and are afraid to seek protection, in case their leave to remain in Ireland is taken from them, or they are threatened that they will be returned to their own country without their children. And if they have no status in Ireland, they can be financially very vulnerable without any access to money. Our experience has also been when women seek support or help, their families in their country of origin have been intimidated, attacked, and some have even been killed. Housing was huge. In the current climate of austerity, housing is becoming a huge issue for women in domestic violence situations. Women may have attempted unsuccessfully to have the abuser removed from the home, and or may have a safety order which allows him to remain in the home. However, if he becomes abusive, she can have difficulties having that order enforced. Now, having tried the legal route and failed, or gone through separation which can take years, many of these women continue to live in the abusive relationships because they've nowhere else to go. And this, I think, is an invisible crisis. I think we will see an increase in homelessness and also, sadly, more lilies on the wall. And just on that, just to say that legal aid has gone up from €50 to €130 in recent weeks, which is a huge barrier. After 16 years, I still find it very difficult to understand that where there is domestic violence, a woman must make the application to seek protection for herself and her children. And this is to a civil court. And it's only when a protective order is breached will it then go to the criminal courts. And this is the only time where there might be consequences for the abuser. And I think it's an issue that needs to be addressed. And for me, I think it answers my question, why was he allowed to do this? After 16 years, I could do it because he could, and because he got away with it. So just to conclude, that working in the community, we are privileged to see many of the women we've given support to in other areas of their lives. We've seen the highs and the lows. We've seen many women blossom, move on, and take the control back over their own lives. And I want to thank them for sharing their stories. Thank you.